Hello and welcome to the East Daily Download. My name is Mark and I'll be your tour guide on this adventure across the East. It's Wednesday. Thank you so much for starting your day with us. We hope you have a great one ahead, and we're going to get you out of the gate and get you going with a great show today on the East Daily Download. We have a lot in store, but first, before we do that, I want to tell you how you can find the show. We're at WNCT.com. Click on the East Daily Download tab. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all the usual suspects with social media. Use the hashtag EastDailyDownload. You can also email us at download@WNCT.com. You can send pictures and videos. We'd love to see pictures of your hobby, videos for our viral video segment, Wacky Wednesday. You can also send in questions for Q&A with AQ, which brings me to today's show. Angie Quezada, our 10 o'clock anchor in Eastern North Carolina CW, is going to be here later with this week's Q&A with AQ, answering your questions. Also, we've got entertainment tonight. It's going to take us behind the scenes of the movie The Good Boys. We also have part 3 of our 5-part series about digital and broadcast advertising. You're going to meet Mitch West, who's a digital futurist, to talk about OTT and other interesting terminology and how your television is going to be changing in the future. But right now, WNCT-9 First Alert Chief Meteorologist wants to introduce you and all of us to this week's Weather Kid.
Now downloading Weather Kids.
Our weather kid this week is Cameron Lassiter. Like many kids, he enjoys video games, but he also likes to play outside.
I like to play football.
Football? Do you watch football on television?
A little bit.
Do you have any favorite teams for football? Who's your favorite team?
Cowboys.
Cameron doesn't just play around, he has interests in the classroom too, especially math. We talked a lot about school, even what he likes to eat for lunch.
Spaghetti, chicken salad, and a taco.
But what excited Cameron the most was his time on the green screen.
Greenville is 72, Kinston is 70, Newborn is 76.
He did so well, I let him talk a little bit about hurricanes.
That's the I. Green means it's raining really light, and the orange means it's raining really hard.
Cameron is a bright kid and a welcome addition to our Weather Kids family. Now, if your child would like to become a WNCT 9 on your side First Alert Weather Kid, send me an email to jjackson@WNCT.com and I'll explain how everything works. For the WNCT 9 on your side First Alert Weather Kids, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Jackson. Class dismissed. When the parents look at this and they see the kids on television, they think, oh, I would love to have my kid, but I'm a little bit scared to bring them on TV. When we shoot Weather Kids, it's not live. We don't put them in a high-pressure environment. It doesn't matter what their skill set is. We will guide them. We will show them where to stand. If they mess up, we've got plenty of time. We can do it over. We take our time to make them feel comfortable and to get it done right.
If your child is interested in being on Weather Kids, email Jerry at jjackson@WNCT.com.
Jerry does a good job. He lets you know when something is finna transpire. I have the app on my phone and the radar on my phone. It helps me know when the storm is coming up. One moment I really appreciated was when Hurricane Florence was about, and the way Jerry really let you know what was going to happen. That was one moment that made my decision for us to leave town. Craven County, we got hit bad. I just want to say y'all continue to do what you're doing.
Now downloading Wacky Wednesday.
Watch a Denver cop have a breakdance battle with a 7-year-old. It started when the boy, Jaden Marquez, posed for a photo with the officer.
He said, hey, ask that cop if you can do a hand plant. And then I did it, and then he was like, here, can you try this?
That's when the officer, known as PJ, busted out some funky moves of his own.
I didn't know he could breakdance. I was shocked.
Seriously, look at him go. Jaden's mother says she's glad her son got to see the positive side of law enforcement.
We see a lot of negative things out there on the media about police, so this is something that makes you smile.
You don't always, get all the the nice reactions from the public, but one little moment like that really makes my day.
Take a look at this. I'm Jeremy Roth.
Hey, welcome back to the East Daily Download here in Eastern North Carolina CW. It's Wednesday. Thank you so much for starting your day with us. We still have a lot to come. We're going to get to Angie Casada's Q&A with AQ coming up in a little bit. We're going to go behind the scenes with entertainment tonight for the movie The Good Boys to give you a behind the scenes look at that. But coming up right now, we're going to go to part 3 of our 5-part series about digital and broadcast advertising. And you're going to meet Mitch West, who's a digital futurist, who's going to tell you about OTT and a lot of other terminology that's going to change the way that you watch TV in the future. Let's take a look.
Today we have Mitch West in the studio. Mitch, welcome.
Thank you.
You call yourself a digital futurist. What does that mean?
Well, we look at the trends that are happening on the digital landscape and how those are going to affect local businesses right here in Greenville and in Jacksonville. And we look at those trends to see how they're going to help move the needle for local businesses. And the most important thing, to get that cash register to ring.
Right. So we keep hearing this term about OTT or advanced TV. What does that mean?
Well, OTT is a kind of an advanced TV umbrella term. There's OTT, which we call over the top. Those are people who have cut the cord and are using a Roku or an Apple device to get content and live streaming. We have connected TV, just like this flat screen here, that would be a smart TV. They're using the apps and they're using the Wi-Fi directly from their television itself to access those apps on their devices. And we have a third one we call the alphabet soup, and that's what we call a full episode player. And those are people who are actually going to ABC.com or going to CBS All Access and watching some of their programs directly from the networks.
Perfect. Do you have any other digital terms you want the audience to know about?
Well, there are a lot that's going on in this space right now. With OTT, one of the biggest misconceptions is that the audience is young. And there is a young audience there. Those are what we call cord nevers. Those are millennials and the Generation Z, that generation of 3 to 23 that just never decided to get cable and satellite. But the biggest number of people who are cutting the cord today, or what we call cord cutters, are 55 plus. The reason why is that this is an economic decision. It's not a generational decision. And so we're seeing more and more. That number is going to grow from 27% today of cord cutters and cord nevers to over 40% by 2024 by most predictions.
It's the Kelly Clarkson Show. Na, na, na. Na, na, na. The Kelly Clarkson Show. The Kelly Clarkson Show. Wiki. Too much? Little much? The Kelly Clarkson Show.
There's always been a Kelly Clarkson Show. Now it's on TV.
The Kelly Clarkson Show.
The Kelly Clarkson Show.
Coming this fall to WNCT-9 on your side.
Today we paid a visit here to Rocky Mount Mills. It's a place that truly has something for everyone, and it's just one piece of what makes Rocky Mount special. Along the banks of the Tar River sits what was North Carolina's second cotton mill, built in 1818. The mill closed in the 1990s and sat vacant for years, but a Raleigh company came up with a live, work, play concept, and the new Rocky Mount Mills was born a few years ago. Today, there are more than a half dozen local craft breweries on site, plus several restaurants.
Come here, experience the Rocky Mount Mill, all of what it has to offer, whether you're here at Rocky Mount Brewery, Spaceway, Harlem Brew South, or the other breweries that we have here. It's really an amazing opportunity to look at a history that started in 1818 and see the transformation and how it led to all of us working together.
2 years ago, we opened up a satellite on the Rocky Mount Mills campus. And having that small little space where we have our beers and we brew, there's a 3-barrel system. Believe it or not, there are people who come from the west who stop in Rocky Mount and don't go any further east. And so that was a way to get more exposure. And when they come there to the Rocky Mount Mills and they hear about other breweries like our main location or the ones east of us, they travel a little. I mean, people will travel for beer.
Rocky Mount Mills also hosts a brewery education degree program with Nash Community College with state-of-the-art equipment and facilities, giving startup brewers the resources necessary to launch their business. Yes, beer is a big draw, but that's not all here at Rocky Mount Mills. There's several restaurants, plus you can even live or vacation here. Several lofts and old mill houses are available for rent. And if you'd like to maybe vacation here, spend the night, there are some tiny houses used as hotels so you can enjoy your time. We are living local in Rocky Mount. Ken Watling, 9 on your side.
Hey, welcome back to the East Daily Download here in Eastern North Carolina CW. Thank you for joining us again today. We have a lot still to come, but I just want to quickly remind you how you can find the show. We're at WNCT.com under the East Daily Download tab, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the East Daily Download hashtag. We'd love to hear from you. We have a lot still to come. Angie Casada is going to be here for her Q&A with AQ. It's where you send in questions and she does her best to answer them for you. But right now, we have Entertainment Tonight taking you behind the scenes of the new movie, The Good Boys. Let's take a look.
Leave your kids at home. Good Boys is the profanity-laced coming-of-age comedy from the mind of Seth Rogen. It's so raunchy, in fact, that Seth wouldn't even let his young stars watch the trailer.
You guys cannot watch the trailer for your own movie.
What? Are you serious? Are you kidding?
It's just too messed up for kids your age. There's drugs, there's violence, there's swearing.
I'm having a party tomorrow. You in? Yeah. Can Thor and Lucas come? Oh! They're my best friends. We do everything together. There's gonna be girls at the party. You know what that means? Drama. No, kissing. I also had my first kiss on set.
In this movie?
Yeah, it was a CPR doll. This is a really pretty CPR doll. I guess I'll go first. Well, I was pretty nervous, actually. I mean, I've never really kissed anything before.
The innocence of youth. 12-year-old Jacob Tremblay stars in his first comedy in Good Boys, a big departure for the award-winning young actor who's best known for his dramatic roles.
I've never played a character like Max before because he swears so much, and yeah, I usually don't get to do that.
Jacob is joined by newcomers Keith L. Williams and Brady Noon. Brady's already channeling his boss, Seth Rogen.
Can you do his laugh?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, do his laugh.
We're not crossing a highway. Are we 5th graders or are we 6th graders?
Check out the behind the scenes for how they shot the freeway crossing.
Really fast. It's not just like kids cursing in a movie, you know? It has messages in it like respect, consent, all those messages.
Bullying.
Exactly, and I feel like people shouldn't just take away that it's cursing kids, because it's not. It's more than that.
For Entertainment Tonight, I'm Kelty Knight.
Vaping is not safe in any capacity.
Dr. John Silvernail says when it comes to vaping and e-cigarettes, parents need to be on the lookout.
It is as dangerous as tobacco, and maybe in some cases more dangerous than tobacco.
Silvernail is the Pitt County Public Health Director. He says vapes are largely unregulated, and a lot of times we don't know what's in them. Sometimes they can contain illegal drugs. Around the country, the CDC is looking into what they call 94 possible cases of severe lung illness associated with vaping in 14 states during the past 3 months. Dr. Silvernail says 3 of those cases were reported in North Carolina.
They view it as something that they feel is safe and it's not.
Tiffany Thigpen is the health department's tobacco prevention coordinator. She says the state received money this year to add the vaping symbol to the tobacco-free school signs displayed at all North Carolina public schools. The signs will be up by the time students start back to class.
Having that reminder up there that e-cigarettes are included in the policy is just something to let students, as well as their parents, community members, anyone visiting the schools know that it's not allowed.
In a statement tonight on your side, Pitt County Schools says in part, we believe the use of tobacco products, which includes vapes, on school grounds is detrimental to the health and safety of students, staff, and school visitors. Each school will have several of these new signs on display.
We aren't sure what the long-term effects are. Some of these products also contain a compound called diacetyl, which has been associated with pulmonary fibrosis, which is a long-term irreversible damage of the lungs.
Something funny starts to happen when you push yourself forward 5-second decisions at a time. Your life changes. So the 5-second rule is a universal law. Here it is. The moment you have an instinct to do something, you got to move within 5 seconds or your brain will talk you out of it. My whole life changed 11 years ago when I decided to launch myself out of bed like a rocket.
Yes! Yes!
And I went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and stood up. And that one 5-second decision changed my entire life. Change comes down to a choice, not the big choices, actually the little ones, the ones that happen 5 seconds at a time. The Mel Robbins Show is not a show, it's an experience. where you start to understand what's holding you back, and more importantly, you take that next step toward getting the life that you want and the life that you deserve.
The East Daily Download is all about you. It's about local stories featuring local businesses. If you or your business would like to be featured, contact the sales team at WNCT. And be sure to watch new episodes weekday mornings at 7 on Eastern North Carolina CW.
How about a butterfly? A pink one, maybe. Or I could do a unicorn, a ladybug, a baby kitten. Your boyfriend's name inside a little heart.
Busy night tonight.
Everybody in here wants the same thing.
Hey everyone, welcome to Q&A with AQ. I'm Angie Casada, and I'm so excited to answer your questions where you, the viewers, get to send in anything you want to know, whether it's personal questions, questions about ENC, anything. I have the opportunity to answer them. So I'm super excited. Let's get right to it. The first question, what is your favorite thing about living in Eastern North Carolina? Man, when I moved out here, I did not know where I was going. I tried Texas, I tried upstate New York, and I even tried Alabama. But Eastern North Carolina is like smack in the middle for me when it comes to my family. I have family in Connecticut and family in Florida. So ENC is amazing as far as having, every resource you need to be comfortable. The people are amazing. Southern hospitality is A1. And I just love living here. It's like the perfect location, not too far from the city, not too far from the beach. So I love ENC. All right, question number 2. It is, how many reporters does WNCT have? Well, if we're including all of the reporters on the field, including our digital reporters who are amazing, and our anchor/reporters, we have a total of 11. All right, our next question. Who is your favorite person to work with? This is such a trick question because I absolutely love working with everyone for different reasons, right? As far as a reporter, in the newsroom, I actually sit next to Aaron Dean. He's amazing. His energy and his positivity, his laughter, his jokes are amazing. Even if you're having a tough day or anything, he is just like the person you want to sit next to when you're having a rough day. So definitely Aaron Dean. I have to give a shout out to my man, Jerry Jackson. Phenomenal. Love the fact that we're completely opposite, but we mesh together so well, and he's just amazing. So I think everybody, I can say everybody because this is kind of bad. I don't want them to come back at me and be like, oh, Angie. Anyways, next question. All right, let's see. How long has WNCT been around? All right, according to our general manager, 1953. So you guys do the math because I didn't major in that, okay? Well, that's all the time we have. I'm so excited to answer your questions. Again, if you have any, please send them to download at WNCT.com. Angie Casada with East Daily Download.
The East Daily Download is all about you. It's about local stories featuring local businesses. If you or your business would like to be featured, contact the sales team at WNCT. And be sure to watch new episodes weekday mornings at 7 on Eastern North Carolina CW.
Hey, welcome back. This is the end of the East Daily Download. I was just reading about National Wildlife Day. Interesting fact, it is a day and an opportunity to learn more about endangered species, preservation and conservation efforts around the world. The hashtag is National Wildlife Day if you want to learn more about it. Just wanted to share that with you. Thank you again for joining us today on the East Daily Download here in Eastern North Carolina CW. You can also go to us online at WNCT.com under the East Daily Download tab and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the hashtag East Daily Download. We'd love to see your pictures and videos and generally just hear from you. So that'll do it for us today, and we'll hope to see you again tomorrow here on the East Daily Download. Thanks a lot. Thursday, when we hit the road on the next edition of the East Daily Download, we'll catch up with Jeff Tripp of Blackbeard's Realty in this week's Real Estate Roundup. We've got part 4 of our digital and broadcast sales profile, and 10 p.m. anchor Angie Casada will introduce you to this week's child looking for a loving home. So join us on Thursday for an all-new The East Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina CW.